What's going on? VitalSyntax here, and this is an unboxing of a brand new monitor I just got for my gaming PC. I've been using a Asus monitor. It's a 1080p 60Hz monitor for about a year now, and I wanted to get a second display, and the main thing I was looking for was a monitor that was focused on gaming. So a couple of those features included 120 Hz, which allows you to see up to 120 frames per second, whereas a 60 Hz monitor, which is the current one that I was using before I got this new monitor, will let you see up to 60 frames per second. The second thing I wanted is the lowest amount of input lag that I could find. There's a couple different types of panels that you get for monitors. You have IPS monitors that usually have better color reproduction and better viewing angles, and then there's also TN panels. There's a couple other type of panels, but those are the most popular ones. And TN panels are typically less viewing angle, a little bit worse at reproducing colors, but they do give you a much faster response time. And on top of that, I was also looking for one that had the most amount of features that were available at a reasonable price tag. And this one was the one I went with. This is the BenQ XL2420T. So I just opened up the package here, showing you guys some of the included items like the power cable, the USB pass-through, which actually allows you to plug a USB cable into the back of your computer, and then have a built-in USB hub on the side of the monitor, allowing up to 2 USB 2.0 inputs, as well as audio inputs if you want to do an audio pass-through as well. For your headset, it includes a VGA cable, but honestly, if you're buying this nice of a monitor, you're definitely going to want to use the dual link DVI cable, which is right here. Now, this isn't your normal DVI. This is a dual link DVI. I mean, it has extra pins inside of the actual cable. It's a lot thicker. Most modern graphics cards have these dual type of connections, and to be honest, if you're going to be trying to push 120 Hertz or take advantage of that, you probably have a modern graphics card anyway, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. Also includes a nice dust cover, which is kind of a nice addition. Honestly, I haven't used it. I probably won't use it, but it is kind of cool to see some included features like that. And also earlier you saw the S switch, which I will show off in a little bit more detail later and talk about that as well. So next we're going to take a look at the base, which has a nice metal inside, and they've kind of coated it with this matte finish plastic. You notice almost the entire monitor, at least most of the monitor that you see, only the back side is that matte finish plastic, which I prefer to the glossy finish plastic that my previous monitor have had with the Asus one, because it doesn't show scratches, it doesn't show dust as easily, and it just feels a little more durable. Here is the stand itself. This attaches to the base quite easily, and it actually has a lot of cool features like pivot, rotation, swivel, basically any type of adjustment you want, and I'll show that later in the video. You can see some cool red accents as well, and some cable management in the back there, and a headphone hanger on the back to hang your headset, which I haven't used all too much just because I already have some headset cable management set up already, but definitely once again a cool feature, and you can remove that by just twisting it off if you would prefer. As far as the boxing goes, they did a good job of keeping everything in good condition. This box came inside of another box that had more styrofoam, and didn't have any problems with that. One thing to keep in mind though, this is the second monitor I've received from BenQ. The first one I received, which was actually a used refurbished item, was broken. The power supply was not properly working, but they sent me a brand new replacement, which is actually pretty cool because I bought the refurbished one a little bit cheaper. And they sent me a brand new for free, and it only took about, I don't know, a week or so for them to ship out a new version. So as long as you're buying this thing new, you shouldn't have any issues, but do keep in mind that I did have some slight issues with that first unit that I got. So I'm just taking out the monitor itself here. This is a 24-inch panel, and it's a 1080p display. Unfortunately, with the bandwidth limitations of DVI, it's very difficult to go above a 1080p resolution with still maintaining that 120 Hertz. The only monitor that I know that does that is the Yamakasi Cat Leap, which you might want to check out. It is a 1440p monitor that is, I believe, is an IPS display, and also can go up to 120 Hz with overclocking. Make sure you get the right version though. But enough about that monitor. Let's get back to the BenQ XL2420T. So I decided to get this monitor because, in my opinion, the features that it offers, it's the best gaming monitor on the market right now. It's got a nice matte finish display. I've already talked about the input lag and the 120 Hz were one of the two of the large components for me. You can see the inputs on the back there. You can see there is some glossy display on the back, which actually looks pretty cool, and you can also see the mounting holes for the stand as well. Keep in mind this is just going to be an unboxing. I'll probably do a full-length review coming up pretty soon. So to assemble the base and the stand, you just kind of rotate it off to the side, push it in the hole, and then rotate it back to the original position, and it'll kind of lock into place. And then if you flip the base over, there's actually a little screw at the bottom that you can either screw in by hand or use a flathead screwdriver to tighten it, which is actually a really nice kind of toolless design. Same with mounting the actual monitor or the display panel onto the stand itself is toolless, which is always nice to see. Even removing it is toolless, so that's really cool. You can see those nice red accents with that, I think, kind of add to the flashiness of the monitor, but not making it too over the top. I've seen a couple other 120 Hz monitors, which there's really not that many on the market. And I think this one is probably the best looking one. So there I've mounted the display itself. You can see it has height adjust, quite a bit of it as well. You can see there's a metal carrying handle popping out of the top if you do go down to the lowest. It has pivot, which allows you to rotate it into portrait mode. If you want to use it like three-way surround vision in portrait mode. I'm probably not going to ever do that, but if you got the money to afford something like that, that's always a cool option to do. This does have somewhat of a thin bezel as well, so that'd be a good option for that. You can rotate it to the left and right, and you can also lean forward and back. I don't have the exact measurements as far as how far they go, but you can look that up online if you're interested. And next, let's look at the K switch, or sorry, the S switch. This just allows you to navigate the menu easily. To be honest, the menu is so easy to navigate without this thing, I don't even use it. It has a touch screen, I guess, proximity sensor that you use for navigating the on-screen menu. It's so easy to use, but you also have that S switch if you wanted to use some profiles and switch between them quickly. Here I'm just trying to figure out how to switch it to the 120 Hz. You actually have to go to the NVIDIA's control panel or your AMD control panel and switch the display settings, and once you get that working, then you'll be running at 120 Hz, which is so smooth. Now, in my full review, I will discuss whether or not I think it's really worth the price tag of an expensive monitor like this, but I just wanted to give you guys an unboxing and first impression and kind of look at this brand new monitor I got. So thanks for checking out my unboxing, and I'll see you guys in the full review when I release that later in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.